Hello peeps, morning. Right, so today's topic will be how to lose fat consistently on a day-to-day basis, because not all of us are professional bodybuilders or athletes. And yeah, whenever we stop dieting and stop exercising, we start gaining weight again. Today we'll analyze what is actually happening and how to avoid it, so you guys can actually lose fat consistently without going into a serious plan with a nutritionist or um, any personal trainer regarding this. So the first point is to pay a little attention to your calories. I'm not telling you to calculate every single uh, gram or milligram that you're eating. I'm just telling you to be aware of what you're having. So track your foods using an app like Healthify Me or MyFitnessPal. I don't want you to do this on an everyday basis, maybe like twice a week. Just analyze what you're eating so you'll have an idea of how many calories you're taking in. And you can go online and search for how many calories you need to sustain life. That is, how many calories you need to breathe, how many calories you need to keep your blood moving through your circulatory system, how many calories you need for digestion. So all this accounts for a specific number of calories, the minimum amount of calories that you need for life. So my advice is don't eat lesser than that for too long, because when you eat lesser than your minimum number of calories required, then your body goes in self-destruct mode, and that's why people who do extreme dieting and extreme exercise have more likelihood of falling ill. So this minimum number of calories that I talked about is called the BMR, the basal metabolic rate. So you can calculate your basal metabolic rate online. Let's not go too much into that. So what we're going to focus on today is how to reduce your calories in such a way that you can maintain this technique for life without going into any deficiency or suffering any consequences. This is what I've also been following for a very long time, and I wanted to share the secret with you. So suppose you weigh 70 kgs like me, and you're consuming around 2000 calories. You want to bring your weight down to 65. So the mistake I see many clients and many of my friends there, what mistake they're making is they go from 2000 kilocalories to 1500 or 1200, something like that. So when you reduce so much of calories in one shot, your body starts to fight back. It starts to show hunger pangs, mood fluctuations, and all this sort of stuff. So when your body fights back, you cannot maintain that diet for long, right? So in spite of it being a very powerful diet, you cannot hold that diet for life, because you will definitely suffer health consequences, and of course you won't enjoy it. So as human beings, we tend to do what we enjoy. So even the other day I was talking about reducing stress. I was telling you to exercise in such a way that you want to exercise consistently, not do something very difficult that you cannot do for life. You have to enjoy what you do. So pick something easy that you can do for life. So coming back to the topic at hand, so if you're having 2000 calories and you want to reduce weight, you should probably think of having 1700 calories, right? So not 1500 or 1200, which is going to be difficult for you. So reduce your calorie intake by 300 calories. So is diet alone enough? Obviously not. You also have to exercise. And that is where the remaining amount of calories comes in, right? So the remaining amount of calories should be lost through exercise. So to lose weight, you need a 500 calorie deficit. Of that 500 calories, you should lose 300 calories by reducing in your diet, and the remaining 200 calories you should lose during your exercise sessions. Seems pretty easy, but it's the truth. This is what is required to lose weight. This is the minimum requirement. So as a total, if you see, 500 calorie deficit is quite big. And if you keep doing this every day, there is no way that you can't lose weight. Of course, there are other things to think about, like uh, if you're a woman, you also have to think about your menstruation, the hormonal fluctuations, and you have to monitor your diet accordingly. But other than this, if you follow this 500 calorie deficit rule, you are going to be easily able to lose weight. The problem with this is it will take a little time. You can't like expect to lose 2 kgs in a week or something like that. You might probably lose like 800 grams every week if you do things right and you don't fall back into your old ways. Okay, so this is a second point. You have to lose 200 calories by exercise. So how do we lose it by exercise? There are so many ways that you can do it. There are circuit workouts available online. Lose 200 calories during the workout, or you can just run for 15 to 20 minutes and you will lose 200 calories easily. Or you can go to gym and work out and for 40 to 45 minutes. You can do a weight workout with weights, and lose 200 calories in the session. Or maybe you can combine circuit workouts and weight workouts. That will give you uh, faster calorie loss. So there are so many ways that you can do this. As I told you, make sure that you love what you do, right? So to sum up, you have to lose 300 calories in your diet, and you have to lose 200 calories during exercise. It's as simple as that. Fine. So what happens after you lose weight? So this is where everybody fails. So after they lose weight, probably in 3 months or 4 months, if you are very serious people, they will follow the diet for 3 months or 4 months, and then they will stop. So what happens is when you stop, you start going back to your old ways. You stop monitoring your diet. You stop working out. You start eating again like before. So when you start going back to your 2000 calorie diet from your 1700 calorie diet, what happens is all the weight that you lost is slowly going to come back. It's not going to come back immediately because there's only a 300 calorie difference in the food. It will slowly creep back in like a thief. So another 3 or 4 months, you'll be back to where you started. So, and if you're taking alcohol and stuff like that, it's definitely going to happen. So be aware and be on the watch. I'm not telling you to monitor your calories every day, but weekly once or weekly twice, try to use an app to monitor your food intake. As I told you already, MyFitnessPal or Healthify.me are very good options. I personally use Healthify.me, and it's helped me to keep track of my calories whenever I feel that I'm gaining weight. So if you catch your weight gain early, you can again cut 300 calories in your diet and come back. So what happens if you totally neglect your diet? I think you know that. You'll go back to before, the way you were before, and probably if you're unlucky, you may cross your previous weight also and uh, go to a higher range of weight. So that is going to be very difficult to lose. And another reason why people stop losing fat is they pay more attention to weight and not to fat. I already told you, weight, paying attention to weight is bad, because weight as such is fat along with muscle, along with bone, along with fluid. All this constitutes body weight. It's not just fat. So stop thinking about body weight, start thinking about body fat. So when people pay more attention to losing body weight, they do stupid stuff like starving themselves, or fasting too much, or going for very long, very intense exercises, and they do this over a consistent basis. And what they're actually doing is they're damaging their bodies. The answer to this is very simple. It's just consistency and following the technique that I talked about earlier. That 500 calorie deficit, 300 calories through diet and 200 calories through exercise. So the next question here is, can we bring that calorie deficit with only diet? Can I reduce 500 calories in just my diet and not exercise? That's a valid question. You can do that. But the problem is, your body may not find it healthy, because your body needs nutrients to live. So your body needs vitamins and minerals from your food, micronutrients and macronutrients. to run your systems in a proper manner. So when you're not getting that from food, you may have some adverse effects down the lane. So be very careful with that and monitor your diet and exercise, moderate exercise on a consistent basis. And if you want to improve, obviously, as you keep losing weight, you have to reduce the amount of calories you're taking. That's a no-brainer. I mean, when you were 70 kgs, you had to take 1,700 calories to lose weight. So obviously, when you come to 65 and you still want to lose weight, then you have to lower your calorie intake. You can't just keep taking 1,700 and expect to lose weight, right? Either that, or you have to increase your protein and fat and lower your carb. One of these two should be done. Otherwise, you can't lose weight on a consistent basis, right? So this is a secret to fat loss. And the reason why many people fail and why many people need to see a nutritionist or a personal trainer for continuous weight loss is because of lack of consistency. It's as simple as that. It's not that they're making a mistake. They need someone to push them, motivate them. They already know the rules. You guys have access to internet. You get everything online. But you're not being consistent, right? So that is a reason why people are not able to lose fat consistently. So to recap, just remember 300 calories deficit via diet, 200 calories deficit via exercise. Eat healthy and do this consistently. Don't do this for 3 or 4 months and then stop. And always remember, as you keep losing weight, you have to keep lowering the number of calories that you're taking. You can't just take the same amount of calories and keep losing weight, because your weight loss will plateau at a certain point of time. And of course, the final solid point is you cannot lose weight by just nutrition alone. You have to exercise, because when you manipulate your diet, you're going to start eating your body in an unnatural manner. This will cause severe consequences down the line. In another 10 years or so, you'll be facing the consequences, right? So moderate exercise, moderate amount of diet. That's the secret to consistent fat loss. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend.